Welcome to the Virtual House Sessions podcast. It's our monthly podcast where we talk about what's happening behind the scenes of our productions. We'll answer community questions, kind of just hang out and talk, see what's going on. Join us afterwards on Patreon for our bonus companion video. It's gonna be fun. You're gonna like it. You hear me? You're gonna like it.
Anyway?
So, it's hard to find the balance of committing to the bit of not saying anything, but not letting a podcast go silent for too long.
Yeah, normally dead air is bad.
Yeah. So today is kind of a different episode because we have our first guest
What?
for VHS, and that's Kayla. Welcome, Kayla.
Hello, thank you for having me.
We have a whole section to talk about you.
My favorite subject.
She's been mentioned on the show many times.
Many times.
And I'm here in the flesh.
Yes, but who isn't in the flesh anymore? Back to his void of being in the computerverse, but not the white void. He's somewhere else this time. Sean, how's it going, Sean?
Yeah. I mean, here on the beach, they call me Paul Vermont, so let's keep that Sean under wraps.
Oh, Paul
for
Vermont.
now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Huh.
I'm a what do they call it? California dreamboat, former California dreamboat. Yeah.
Okay, it's there's a community response that we often talk to a fan of the channel, Paul Monge. Any
Any
relation?
relation?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, usually people are related by last name, so.
And if you're like an English speaker, like
Oh, I'm sorry.
yeah, there's many parts
apologize.
in the world where that's not true.
Sorry.
So that's yeah.
The sun's got me soaked. Soaked in the rays of ultraviolet brain loss.
And if we have any audio viewers, which let's be honest, guys, we don't. Sean/Paul Vermont is on a very real beach.
He's on island time.
He's on island time right now.
No,
Well,
and he's got
I
the sunglasses and the hat and the shirt to prove it.
I had to start a new life,
Yeah.
I mean, I thought I got fired from VHS last time, so I was like, fake my death, the whole 9 yards. We got
Yeah.
the memorial picture.
We do have a memorial
see it?
picture. It's
Yeah.
behind Bryce.
You send that to
Just
your family, and that's like, okay, well, I guess he's gone now.
Yeah,
But
go ahead and show
they
that
called
off
me back.
to our visual viewers. Got a memorial. I think that's just a set dressing now.
Our visual viewers, as in our just our viewers?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
For our audio viewers, we have a lovely picture of Paul Vermont.
Really looks like an immemorial.
That's Sean Russell, I think.
That's
I don't
Sean
know.
Russell. Paul
I
Vermont
see.
is alive
He-
and well on
I
the
think
beach.
Sean Russell.
so
Paul
sorry.
Vermont is on the beach in a hoodie and a corduroy hat.
And no
You know what?
relation.
They look so similar. I mean, they got like the same nose and
Yeah, but the hair is completely
the
different.
hair is different. The hair is
Isn't
different.
that
They're
like,
like my Midwestern twin, like
Yeah.
how certain cities have like German
Mhm.
sister cities.
your
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
doppelganger?
Now,
Yeah.
Paul Vermont, are you in Vermont? Where is the beach?
Oh, I'm in Massapequa, California.
Okay.
That was my next guess.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Massapequa, California.
Soaking up those rays.
All right, thank you, Bryce. You can.
I mean, you can keep holding him if you want to, but you don't have to.
I'm gonna set it here so I can just.
You can look
back
at it?
Yeah.
Because I don't think that's on camera.
No.
Okay.
It's also not on camera right behind me.
I think it was peeking over you.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Maybe. I don't.
I do want a guardian angel if I can.
Where do you
swing
feel most reassured by his presence?
Man,
I want.
so we're gonna move on,
That's fair. Yeah.
and I want to play a little song for you guys that I found while making storage space on my Chromebook.
Wow.
Is it one of yours?
No, actually, it's one of yours.
Oh no. Every time you show me music that isn't yours, I get upset.
Well, just buckle up, everybody, for a Bryce Carson original. It takes a few seconds actually to get into it, but
I like to put like long. Is this me trying to figure out the tunnel? The sound tunnel?
Ghost Vanquishers. Is there something strange in your studio? Who you gonna die? Ghost Vanquishers. If there's something odd,
There's context
and
to
it don't
this.
look
There
like
is
you,
context.
who you gonna
It's
die?
not great context.
Ghost Vanquishers.
You're interrupting.
You get the idea. Like,
I'm afraid of no ghoul.
are we sure this isn't going to get
No
copyrighted?
No, it's an original.
I don't know about that.
If you're seeing things running through your apartment, who you gonna die? Ghost Vanquishers. An invisible she-they sleeping in your bed without
Going with
paying
the
rent.
slong on it.
Who you gonna call? Ghost Vanquishers.
There it is. Yeah, no, that's a good part. Okay.
That's not over yet.
I'm afraid of no ghoul.
I do the whole thing.
Wasn't paid to do this, but I did it anyway.
Solid ending.
Yeah,
That's
my
the context you were talking about.
Yeah.
my favorite part of that is the mouse click that's in the recording at the end.
Nice. Good. I wanted to keep it authentic. I vaguely remember recording that for the old comedy show we did
Yes,
back in college.
that is the context. It was a show that we did in college.
I can't remember exactly what show within the show it was for.
There was an episode where we were interviewing supposed ghost vanquishers. It was Alex and someone else.
Shout out to Alex and someone else.
No, I just thought that was fun because I was cleaning out my Chromebook, forgot it existed. I was like, "What is this?" I clicked it and it started.
Did I send that to you, or did I just...
What I imagine happened was you put it in a Google Drive,
Mhm.
or you sent it to me to get it into the Not Too Late episode.
Mhm.
Either way, I saved it for specifically this reason.
Did I do anything else for that? Or maybe that was one of the times when I was supposed to be on set. I got sick, felt bad.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
Got a song in your heart?
here,
Yeah.
this will make up for it.
Depending on how that sounded from my phone into a microphone, then I will actually put it in the actual recording into the episode. So it's
Or just like put it on Spotify, tell people start at this point, you know?
So now that that's over, let's move on to what's actually on my docket here, because that was something that I added within the last hour.
No, it was a perfect addition.
I don't think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think, I don't think that we discussed that our short film, Hello, My Name is Friend Man, got into the San Diego Comic-Con Film Festival. Did we talk about that last time?
I don't think we were allowed to talk about it.
I didn't
last
think
time.
that we were.
We had to keep it under wraps for a bit.
Yeah. So Paul Vermont, if you don't know, Hello, My Name
what
is
is this thing? What is it?
Hello, My Name is Friend Man is our short film about a guy who wants to be a superhero, but he doesn't have superpowers, and so he goes out and uses the one thing that he has, and that's the power of friendship. We all worked on it, including the in memoriam Sean Russell. I'm sorry that you
God rest his soul.
couldn't work on it, Paul Vermont.
That's okay. I don't work.
Oh, right, you're on the beach.
Hell yeah,
I'm
brother.
beach life, man.
Yeah.
Working's for city livers.
So
What about the other organs of the body, like city hearts and city stomachs?
I think they might be involved in it. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm no doctor.
So we will all be going to Comic-Con in July. Super stoked about that. That's kind of about it. The next episode of VHS will also be recorded before we go because Comic-Con is end of July, and
Right.
so we won't have time to.
And if you're going to Comic-Con, if you go see it, we'll also show you the audition that I did for Super, a role that was already cast.
That's a good promise. I hope we still have that video.
Yeah, that's true.
we should put that on our Patreon.
I took liberties.
Yeah.
I just kind of felt it. It was a role that was already
Uh-huh.
done.
Uh-huh.
Like it was cast.
Yeah.
I don't know if you just sent me extra sides. I don't know how I got a hold of that whole monologue.
I think we gave you the script if I
No, I only got chunks.
Paul Vermont, if you had to take a guess, of what it was, what would it do you
Sorry. Sorry, Paulie
That's
V.
okay. All's good.
I remember it was because he was talking with the character that I ended up playing.
Oh,
and-
that's right. The documentarian
Yeah, yeah.
sides include lines from Super.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh,
Yeah.
What if I do both?
we'll figure it out. And then whenever we saw each other next, you were like, hey.
I appreciate the audition, dog. But
But it me.
It was fun. It was something.
if we do still have that video, are you cool if we put it on the Patreon?
Just know that I don't know if it's better to give context
Yeah.
or not.
I mean, we can let our viewers decide that you should have been the real Super.
Yeah.
If you want Surfer Bros Super, which is not the tone of that character at all,
Super.
go check it out.
Yeah, so we'll be at Comic-Con. If you're excited to hear about our experience at Comic-Con, our August episode is when we'll talk about actually being at Comic-Con.
We made an announcement video,
Yeah, yep.
but that's
That's pretty much all we've
That's
done.
pretty
We're
much
gonna shoot some stuff while we're out there.
yeah.
Some of it might be Patreon exclusive. I'm not sure yet, but a good chunk of it will be free.
Yeah. We'll figure it out once we get there.
Anything else that we want to say about Comic-Con? Anybody have any Comic-Con things?
We're going.
We're going.
We're gonna go. Someone's gonna be in costume for parts of it.
I am.
And it's gonna be someone's birthday when we get there.
My birthday is on the 26th, which is the first day that I'll be there. It starts on the 25th. Right?
Opening ceremony is like
24th.
night of the 24th.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
It's an opening ceremony.
Oh,
This
it's
thing
a
is
event,
big.
whatever. I don't.
Yeah,
it's not like
it's
they light the
this
Olympic
guy, he
torch.
comes out with a glowing orb and he goes, "Peace!"
Okay, that makes more sense. I was thinking Olympics,
Yeah.
but all Gungans.
Yeah. So happy birthday.
In advance.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, you'll be in costume. Friend Man will actually be there too.
Mm-hmm.
We probably should say that.
Yeah.
And Friend Man won't pass out stickers.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not on the. No, yeah. Sorry, bros. He's definitely not going to be passing out stickers on the Comic-Con property for sure,
Because that's illegal.
though, because that's illegal. And I'm a free guy, but the law's the law.
Hang 10.
Though that was my favorite part.
If you see some on the ground, someone dropped it,
Yeah.
and you need to pick it up and like half-heartedly look for who dropped it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If not, you can just keep it.
Just keep it.
Yeah.
We recently filmed an episode of The Place to Go
Mm-hmm.
at the Cincinnati Museum Center. Shout out to the Cincinnati Museum Center.
They were very cool.
They were very cool. Shout out to our friend Breton,
Mm-hmm.
who helped us film that episode. And shout out to our friend Owen,
Yeah.
because he wasn't on that episode, but he was on.
He was with us in spirit.
He was with us in spirit,
I felt him.
and he helped with the 2 previous episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to shout out all
Yeah.
of the people.
Yeah.
No, but the CMC was cool. It's
Shout out to the guy who took us around
Cody.
and
Cody.
couldn't help but give us a mini museum tour.
It
He's
was
so good at his job.
amazing because like
Yeah.
we went in and we were like, yes, like we're gonna interview you, and then we want to do a little like you show Bryce around some of like some highlights, just some like cool spots, because these episodes are usually less than 10 minutes.
Mhm.
The Sign Museum episode that I'm editing right now is the first one that's breaking 10 minutes, and it's gonna be like maybe 12. Yeah, so we were just like, yeah, we can keep it short, whatever. Like, we'll do a little tour of like favorite spots, talk about some cool things, and we do the bathroom review, and that's pretty much it. He was like, yeah, cool. And then he showed us and talked
Everything.
about basically everything.
I loved every
It was
minute
Yeah.
of it.
awesome. Yeah.
He's super knowledgeable about like absolutely everything, which like you would want in a museum employee, but like my understanding of his job is he doesn't like super interact with all the exhibits, but he still just knows absolutely everything about every single one that we went
Yeah.
to. He told us so much that like is all going to be cut out, and even when we weren't rolling, he was still telling us about like, yeah, here's the story behind like how they taxidermied this rhino.
Yeah.
It's just so cool.
And he was still on topic whenever he would, go like
Yeah.
kind of go on and on because, like, he immediately pointed out the dino poop
Mm-hmm.
relevant to Jolly,
Of course.
and then every water fixture went by, he would like focus on it. I'm like, what are you? Oh, that's right.
That's why we're
That's
here.
why we're here.
Yeah.
The man was more on it than I was.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was great. It is a bummer that so much will be cut.
I want to do something with the footage. I just don't know what. Because
Yeah, we might
it's like-
still like release like other segments that aren't in the episode, but
Yeah.
are just like, hey, here's
cut
a
for
cool
time.
thing,
Yeah.
and then probably share that with them and be like, you can use this however you want.
Yeah.
Boko bonus content.
Ooh, Boko.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that episode could easily be a half hour.
Oh, for sure.
So we'll see how long it actually is.
Yeah. Which we had talked before about, like, what if we tried to make this, like, actual broadcast length to
Yeah.
shop it around, or, like, on a channel or whatever. And this one is, like, easy.
Mhm.
Could do it. No filler necessary.
Yeah, and so basically, like, Bryce and I, for all of it, just walked around with the dude.
Mhm.
Bryce is the host. I was filming all of it. Breton sort of followed behind us, just getting B-roll of a bunch of different stuff.
Yeah.
So it was a really efficient shoot. Like, we were still only there for, like, what, 4 hours?
Yeah, we told them it would probably be around 6, and we finished in 4 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you were just kind of
Back and forth
back
between
and
them.
forth.
Yeah.
We got to play around the play tree.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
something.
That was probably my favorite part because of how goofy it was. Because 3 adult men were playing in the
The children's section.
children's section, where like all of like the tunnels that you have to crawl through and the slide and everything. And so there's some very fun footage of Bryce and Cody just crawling through the pipes and everything, going down the slide.
He works there,
Yeah.
and he still seemed a little bummed that he couldn't go through one of the entrances up to the slide.
Yeah,
Like, it
one
was
of the
kinda tight.
entrances was super tight.
It's
Obviously
built
made
for
for small
children, yeah.
children.
Yep.
But he still tried to go up it, and he was like, "Nah, I can't do it."
He's like, oh, man.
I cannot wait to see this.
Yeah.
It's a hoot.
Yeah. Went down the slide a few times so that we could get many different shots. So
Yeah.
like, we have a shot of like from behind and Bryce going down. We have a shot from the bottom and Bryce coming out, and then I gave Bryce the camera to point at him, so we have like it's pointing at him like as he's going down the
That
slide.
was the scariest moment
Yeah.
of the whole shoot for
Don't
me.
drop it, don't drop it, don't drop
Because
it.
well, we already juggled the battery pack.
Oh yeah, there was a
Before
weird
that.
part of that day where the battery just fell off, which is it was my fault. I didn't tighten something enough. And so like I had the camera on my shoulder, the battery is behind my shoulder to help with weight distribution. I felt it come off, and then my instant reaction was to put
Kick
my
it.
foot, not kick it, just try to
Hacky sack.
Like, yeah.
deaden the fall with my foot, but it's
Yeah.
behind me, so I can't super see it. But I did feel contact,
Mhm.
and then Bryce was behind me and managed to catch it before it like.
It
Well-
looked very coordinated.
I'm not sure if we did more harm than good because it hit your heel.
Yeah.
I smacked it, and you didn't see it, but it took me a couple
I
tries.
mean, I felt
actually.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, and afterwards I was like, maybe I should just let it fall.
No, I think that was better.
Yeah.
Okay.
They are durable, but the
Mhm.
ground is still going to be harder than my shoe and your hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just trying to think of like
hmm
amount of how much smacking it can take.
Yeah, so that's gonna be fun. And if you don't know, the Cincinnati Museum Center is an old train station.
hmm
Union Terminal.
Union Terminal. The building is what the Hall of Justice in the DC Comics is based off of. So it's that giant half dome. It's got a huge clock out front. It's just beautiful.
hmm
And we went when they were closed, so we pretty much had the building to
It
ourselves,
was very cool.
and it was
Very
great.
beautiful Art Deco designs. In fact,
Yeah.
2 days or maybe it was the week after, the Monday after we went, because we went on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
We had an like almost impromptu. It was like quickly organized photo shoot.
Yeah. So one of my friends from Bloomington, Danielle, she is moving her family to Washington, D.C., and so she had like just a little bit of time left in Bloomington to come do a Star Wars photo shoot with me.
Nice.
And so she brought Zach, who did a cosplay of a headcanon fictional like Senator Anakin if he hadn't like crossed over to the dark side. It's a cool costume. You should check it out. But she was Padme, I was Satine, and Bryce was Obi-Wan. And so we went to Union Terminal to take some really cool shots. He took out the Cincinnati skyline and replaced it with
Naboo.
Naboo. Yeah.
That's very cool.
And like there's also like a big window on the outside, and he took out that window and made it into like a hangar, like a spaceship hangar.
Nice.
We also went to the Procter and Gamble gardens on the outside, and we may have crossed a chain preventing us from walking in there. But
It was a foot off the ground. There were
Also,
Fairly
like
advanced.
for
Yeah.
legal reasons, you probably didn't.
no, of course not.
no,
Yeah.
nor did that one person with their dog, or the other person crossing it. There's a lot of people there for there being a small fence.
Yeah.
That
Well,
we did not cross.
No, we didn't.
that does lead into my next bullet point, and the next bullet point is Kayla and cosplay. Welcome to our new segment, Kayla and cosplay.
Do-do.
So Kayla, you obviously went to school for theater
I did.
and making costumes,
Yes,
and you now have a job where you get paid to do costumes
I do.
for a theater. But outside of that, you make your own costumes.
You could say that I'm interested in costumes.
Yes.
Good.
You're dabbling.
Yes.
And recently, and like we talked about this on whatever
A couple months ago. Yeah.
recording was after you guys went, but you won your first Best in Show cosplay competition, and that was Indiana Comic Con.
Yes, that was Indiana Comic Con back at the end of March.
Yeah.
Nice.
And what was your cosplay that won you?
My cosplay was Kamaji the Boiler Man from Spirited Away.
Yeah.
It's for those who don't know, Kamaji the Boiler Man is a very old man that has 6 stretchy arms and enables balls of soot to help him heat the baths of the bathhouse in which the movie takes place. He's a really cool guy, and he has major grandpa vibes in the best way.
And what all is involved with that cosplay? That sounds like a pretty easy cosplay, right?
A thing that many people have done before, for sure.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Actually, so in research, so this cosplay has been in my brain for about 6.5 years, and the conditions had to be right in order for it to happen, and like before I even met Bryce, I had no idea how I would assemble this thing, but notice how I said assemble. So this cosplay, maybe you can like put in a picture right here.
Probably won't.
I don't know.
There's links to videos or something.
Yeah,
links to
yeah,
videos.
we'll see what I do.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It'll be a surprise for everyone.
Totally.
Yeah.
We can cut that.
Editor.
I am the editor right now.
But basically, my costume includes not only me dressing up in a bald cap, a mustache, and a harness with 2 extra sets of arms coming out right here. It also involves a big podium like cart where I am like walking and steering with my hips. And then it has a giant boiler on the front. It doesn't actually work, but it looks like it works. There's a big boiler on the front, and then we have a wheel on the side, and we have and they all basically, like, the walls come apart, and so it can store flat and be transported to one convention or the other. And it's very involved. It took, 5.5 months to build, almost pretty consistently. And it's something that I'm very happy with, but, like, we're trying to figure out the engineering to improve it in different ways, so that way it can be always evolving and always be better.
Yeah. Would you say it's your favorite?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. Spirited Away is definitely like one of my favorite movies of all time, and I really enjoyed cosplaying a character that isn't depicted very often in cosplay. Wanted to take it 10 steps further with like a prosthetic brow and a prosthetic nose. I also live casted my hands because he has 3 fingers on each of his arms. And I did a live cast of my hands like this. And I made 6 copies so I could have 2 backups. Yes, we are going to Anime Ohio in Sharonville, which is just north of here, I believe. It's a much smaller con, so I'm not going to do any like contests, so we're just going to have fun.
Yeah.
And see a bunch of like fans of Studio Ghibli and Spirited Away and everything. I'm also meeting a couple friends, and my parents are going. They have never been to like any kind of convention at all. And so they wanted to come and see like what we spent 5.5 months building.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah.
Which
yeah.
I love that they can see that. I'm terrified about the other stuff they're gonna see.
Yeah. Like
Yeah, conventions, especially anime conventions. That's a tough first convention, I feel like.
Yeah.
you know what? It's going to be a really great baseline, because if they go to any others, it'll be better.
That's true.
That's where it's gonna be the opposite of they see this and they're like, we're good.
And you know what? I don't even know if they know what anime is.
Mm.
They'll
So
learn.
they will learn. Yeah, they will learn.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, I'll say you're not bringing that one to Comic-Con because of
Unfortunately,
how
no.
big it is.
No.
How long did it take you to say, no, I can't bring this?
Oh, I did the gold medal mental gymnastics to try to figure out how to get that thing out
Yeah.
to San Diego.
We also thought about
We did
that.
too, yeah.
like
we were like, do we rent?
A passenger van that could fit 15 people and drive out there all together
Yeah.
with Kamaji in the back.
Yeah.
But see, here's the thing, though. The biggest inconvenience was, so I work at a theater, and usually for theater we have a week before the show where all of the elements of the production come together called Tech Week, and I am already missing those first 2 days going out there, and I got clearance to do that, so it's all good. But if we were to drive, that is a 2-day drive at best.
Yeah. I mean, it's a 2-day drive where you don't stop.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so like it was just very unrealistic to bring Kamaji out there and be back in time for work, because I thought of it like, what if I can ship it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like, what if I get a friend to like drive it back for me? Like, I'm gonna actually go take a plane back.
Yeah.
See ya. So I thought of a bunch of different things, but ultimately I decided that we'll bring Satine to Comic-Con. She won't be as cumbersome, and she can fit in a suitcase.
Yeah.
So I think that's a decent compromise.
Yeah.
But next year, if we decide to go, we will budget out like an actual like road trip, like a 2-week road trip to bring Kamaji out to Comic-Con, maybe visit some friends out there, and make it an entire event rather than trying to figure out how to get this
Yeah.
thing that like takes up the entire back of my truck.
Right.
I'll say we obviously are going to make more short films, and we'll submit.
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're not done
cool.
doing that.
I was worried for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we will submit again to
Yeah.
Comic-Con. I don't know if we have anything that's like as perfect for a convention, like a Comic-Con, as a superhero documentary.
Yeah.
Mockumentary. But from what I can tell, non like convention films have gotten in and won their awards. So it does seem like it is just a film festival that is attached.
So there's a chance.
There is a chance.
I mean, I would figure so, since it's like so large. You're attracting like people from all over.
Yeah.
And so like we got to cater to those people's interest as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I assume that like you can cover more topics rather than
Also, Comic-Con's very broad.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's,
Incredibly.
I remember there's always some shows there that I'm just like, how is this? You know, it's not superhero related, not sci-fi, not
Fantasy.
Comic
fantasy
book.
or anything.
Kind
It's
of
just
pop culture.
normal. I think, what's that ranch show?
Yellowstone?
I think Yellowstone was there, or a Yellowstone-like show.
Yeah. A lot of,
Band of Brothers.
okay.
That show was there. That threw me off. So yeah, I don't think it's tied down to. Not Band of Brothers.
No, not bad.
There's a TV show. Is a biker gang.
Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, Sons of Anarchy. There we go.
Okay.
They were there one time, and I was confused. I wasn't
Well,
there, but
also like at Indiana Comic-Con in March, Steve from Blue's Clues was there.
Yeah,
as well.
it really is just a pop culture.
Yeah.
thing at this
Yeah.
point, yeah. Paul Vermont. Oh, he might have. Oh, he froze.
What's up?
Oh, I heard.
Oh,
Okay,
there
he's
he
back.
is.
He's
Yeah.
back.
I think there was a freezing. Yeah.
There was a freeze. Yeah.
I'm back.
Which is weird. That doesn't happen on beaches.
No,
Oh.
it happened
I'm
again.
back. I'm here.
Oh.
Oh?
Oh.
Are you?
Yeah, I think it happened again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a pop-up I think came up about the internet.
That's
Oof.
good.
Oh no.
That's fine.
Yeah, you've got good
Yeah,
internet out there at the
that's-
beach.
You know, the beach doesn't have. Yeah, you know, I've just got like a router which is on a cord.
So
It's not
anyway,
good.
Paul Vermont, do you have any Kayla and cosplay related questions? Putting you on the spot.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I love the spot. Yeah, love being on the spot. Kamaji, you said that Spirited Away was like one of your favorite movies. What sort of draws you to that movie, and Kamaji in particular? Is it the look of Kamaji, or is it his part in the story, or somewhere in between? Or
So that brings me to a really, like, it's not a funny story, but it's just an interesting story. The first time I watched any kind of like Studio Ghibli film, it was like late at night. I was watching Cartoon Network. I think it was either Cartoon Network or Disney Channel. I forget which one. But I remember this movie coming on, Spirited Away, and I had never heard of it, and I was kind of curious, and like as soon as like her parents started turning into pigs, I was just like, my eyes are locked on the screen, and the movie just kept getting weirder, and so my fascination just grew, and so it just like I loved watching it for the first time, and I still enjoy watching the hell out of that movie. It's so good. But with Kamaji, I think he's one of the like more shocking characters that you first meet, because like it follows Chihiro, who is like a human girl. You see Haku, who has like a humanoid like body, but then like you see some people in the bathhouse that have like weird animal faces, but they still are like human shaped. But Kamaji is like one of the first people that treats Chihiro nicely, and he brings a lot of warmth, both physically and emotionally, to the film, and like he's just like an all-around great guy. I don't see how anyone could not like him, and so he has like those cool grandpa vibes that I think everyone can relate with.
Yeah.
And so, and like the Soot Sprites are just all over popular culture. You see little Soot Sprite earrings and like Soot Sprite stickers, and they're basically an ambassador for Studio Ghibli, kind of like Totoro is. So you associate the Soot Sprites with Kamaji.
I do think he's like one of the more iconic characters from the movie. It's like him and then the radish spirit dude.
Yes.
Like it doesn't even matter like if you count the actual minutes of screen time that they have, they just like leave a big impression. Radish dude doesn't even have lines. He's just in an elevator
squeaks.
and he's
squeaks.
great. Yeah.
The Soot Sprites, those are in the Studio Ghibli Grogu short, right?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're-
So they've
I
crossed.
think
Just
They're in every Studio Ghibli movie, right?
I don't think
no.
so.
So they're in. I know they're in Totoro.
hmm
Like they make cameos in each of the movies.
Maybe.
I don't think they're in Kiki.
I don't think
That's
they're in
the one I know the
Mononoke
most.
either.
Yeah, Mononoke has the
The little forest spirits.
yeah, the forest spirits that their heads click. Yeah.
I forget their names. They have a name.
I don't
think-
know, but that's like the other Ghibli tattoo I see all the time. It's like the soot spirits and then the tree spirits.
And then the Haku dragon as
Yeah.
well.
I think they're in Howl's Spirited Away and Totoro, which are the only three that I've seen.
It makes
so
sense
in
for them
my
to be
head,
Howl.
they're in all of them.
Hanyo was the first one I saw.
Oh,
I
really?
still haven't seen that one.
It was on Netflix, and I was a kid, and I was like,
Yeah.
animated movie, cool. So in my head, Hanyo is the Studio Ghibli movie.
I've seen
And
Kiki.
you
the
thought,
most.
oh, that's Qui-Gon Jinn.
Liam Neeson is in that. Is
Yeah.
a voice in that
Whoa.
film.
Oh yeah.
It's all connected.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut
No,
you
you're
off.
good. Kiki was the one that I saw the most growing up. My grandpa found it on VHS at a gas station and had the same thing of like animated movie. The kids will love this. And he was correct.
Oh, yeah.
But it was like before it was getting big in America. So like my sister and I loved the movie and then dressed up as Kiki for Halloween and everyone was like, "Who are these children in purple dresses? Here's some candy, goodbye."
Final question for the Kayla and cosplay segment.
Yes.
Just like, why do you cosplay, and like what makes you like get really into it? Why do you love it so much? Because like, I think all of us here are big fans of pop culture and all of these things, but like we don't really do. Like I don't know, it's not like a calling for me. So like, what makes it such a calling for you?
So, all my life, I've loved putting puzzles together, and that is like a big, like engineering brain trait that I did not even want to like go into engineering or anything. But when I see something on screen, so if you take like, for example, the classic like 1950s Cinderella, and you picture like the beautiful like white blue ball gown that she's in. I having the knowledge of sewing that I have, I love trying to figure out like what kind of fabric is used in that dress. Okay, so maybe some tulle, maybe some satin, maybe like a bunch of layers of crinoline, which are like what makes the skirt floofy. Like how did she style her hair? Like what are the two big like swags on the side? And like there have even been people that have made transformation dresses of like the Cinderella rags, and then you pull a cord and then she's in her ball gown. And so figuring that out and having to like do the research of like, oh, what kind of fabrics would be used in this dress? What kind of like techniques would I need to implicate to make it quick change? Like what kind of inspiration did the animators pull from? And so I can see like references of like any hairstyles or like in whatever. So like I love trying to plan and then executing the plan and like trying it out for myself, because with cosplay there's a lot of things that the animators can't go into detail with their drawings, because it would A, take too much time, and B, it wouldn't give anything to the visual effect. And so because like it's hard to like animate something that like looks like wool, you know, you can't really distinguish like a wool from like a cotton like you can like in real life. So taking that knowledge and applying it to an interpretation of what this character would look like in real life is the joy of it. And then when you go out and you are this character, you have so many people come up to you and say like, oh my God, this film was like something I watched on repeat as a child, and you are manifesting this character. And like I have a Pearl cosplay from Steven Universe, and we don't have to, but Steven Universe is a really great show for like gender identity, healthy relationships, all different kinds of really cool things that you can aspire to like have in your life, or different ways of explaining things to young children and to adults that like to watch it. And when I was Pearl, I had so many people come up to me and say like, oh my God, I have a tattoo of you on my leg, or like I love Pearl because like her character really speaks to me. And it is kind of nice because I don't know these people at all that come up to me, but for them it's very comforting, and I really enjoy being a part of that. So like even if I don't know them, I take a picture with them, and they can, I don't know, live out their dream of like telling this character their feelings for them, or not romantic feelings, but just like well, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I also think it's really cool that you go for the challenge of these animated characters. Like, I think you only have one costume that's based off of a live action property, Addams Family.
Oh yeah, and even that is just an interpretation. It wasn't
Right.
like an exact like shoot for shoot, but
Right.
I really like trying to take something from an animation where like you can make up the laws of physics, you can make the fabrics float, you can make it stretch make it do whatever you want, but then like if it was translated into the real world, it wouldn't be able to do that. And so
you don't make it cartoony either. It's like it's very based in our world.
Yeah. I did, like, with Friend Man, because Kayla designed my costume for Friend Man, like, that was a very neat thing of, like, I gave Kayla just this drawing I made, and then you just made it real. And it was just how I imagined it. So, like, it was it is a very impressive thing.
I do have one more question.
Well, I'm almost done, so please hold.
Okay.
damn.
That's fine. I'm so sleepy.
I was just going to say, based off of what you just said, it sounds like there's 3 C's. Costumes, challenges, and community.
Yes.
Now ask whatever dumb question you want.
Okay.
Maggie, I'm so excited to hear your question.
Like just talking about the response that people have had. Then you posted a video and it blew up of Kamaji.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I was going to get there, actually.
Oh,
Whatever.
okay. Well, you said it was your last question.
Yeah, because what you just said wasn't a question.
How'd that go?
So before going to Indiana Comic Con back in March, I had 200 followers, and I was so thankful for every single one of those 200 followers, and I still am. You guys are the OGs. But I made a funny little video of me in front of the French doors in my house where I did a little and then turned around, and I was like, I'm gonna do a quick edit for this in CapCut and just throw it on Instagram. And apparently that blew up. I did not expect it to. Like 1,000 people started following me, and then 2,000, then 5,000, and then 10,000. And I still don't know what to do with all of these people. Like, they all are watching me, and I'm just like, what do I do?
Cosplay content now.
I know, it's a cosplay account now.
When you finish that video, we have one video that's been sitting for over a year. That
It'll be 2 years in October.
it'll be 2 years old that we need to get out of you talking to Cruella DeVille at Oogie Boogie Bash.
Yes.
Dressed as Satine. I cut it down to, I think, a minute and a half of a 5-minute video of something that's supposed to be a maybe 30-second interaction.
Yeah.
Which is still pretty cool, but
Yeah.
we need to get that
Yes, we do need to get that out.
for your cosplay content.
We filmed a video of the Kamaji, of, like, building it and everything.
Yes.
Um,
And that's going to come out soon, too.
yeah. So
Keep an eye out.
what is your Instagram so people can follow you?
It is Cieslinski, so that's SEW, like sewing, and then Linsky, LINSKI, the last half of my last name.
Nice.
Ooh.
Because my name is Kayla Cieslinski, and Cieslinski.
Yeah.
Yeah, just in case you didn't get it.
It is interesting being on the supporting side of it, because whenever I'm
Isn't this about you?
yeah, oh, absolutely,
No,
Bryce, you've had 9 episodes beforehand.
yeah, I chose this one. My time to shine. But no, being this close to
I'm gonna step on Bryce's feet and say that I really couldn't have done a lot of these costumes without him.
Which was made evident in some of the comments that were left on the video.
Yes.
what?
There are so many comments on like the video that went viral, because there was a trend that was like, "Hey babe, put on your most expensive outfit," and people would put themselves in the place of babe, and so I had lots of marriage proposals. I've had lots of people.
It's more than I've done.
Lots of people
Yeah.
being like, "Yeah, where are we going to eat?" Or like, people making lewd comments about me.
Yeah.
To this old man with 6 arms.
Yeah, and
she has. That's the thing, though. It's like she has a beautiful Duchess Satine with a wonderful headpiece, pearl, very elegant.
Remember to make it appropriate, whatever you're gonna say, because I don't want to bleep anything out. Otherwise, I have to make it explicit.
Did I say that?
No, I'm
No.
just preparing
okay.
in case you do.
Yeah, no. Okay, thank you. But like even Adam's family. What's her name?
Morticia.
Morticia. Very low. None of that.
Yeah.
No. We don't want any of that. We want the old man with 6
old man.
arms.
That's what the internet wants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what they want.
But on top of that, in those comments, I've also been called Eggman, Dr. Robotnik. I've also, like, there was also comments like, thank God it wasn't a fursuit. Who's the Dalek guy from Doctor Who?
Davros.
Yeah, people have called me Davros.
Yeah. He's known for his big mustache.
Absolutely.
We had a
And
guy
6
dressed up as the 4th Doctor go up and ask her that, and I was like, man, you know that's not right.
Bummer.
He gave me candy, or what's his
Jelly
Jelly
babies.
baby.
Jelly baby. He gave me a jelly baby. They're
Okay, Bryce. Do you want to make this about you now, real quick?
What was I saying about
Cosplay
myself?
support boyfriend.
Oh yeah, the followers trickle
Mm-hmm.
because people will stalk your Instagram profile,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's just something I wasn't expecting.
Yeah, you've gotten some followers from that too. Just because, like, I
that you're cute.
I mentioned Bryce in that viral video,
Yeah.
and apparently he's gotten a little bit of a trickle down economics kind of deal.
It works.
Thanks, Ray.
It does work.
Yeah.
I think they see my supporting roles in your other pictures because I don't see myself as cosplaying. I see myself as the accessory because like whenever
Obi-Wan Kenobi is an accessory.
yeah, no, well that's how
He is.
yeah, that's whenever we went to Chattanooga Comic-Con, they had people go up on stage. They didn't have a contest; they just had a showing, and she was the one who registered, but they were allowed to have an item.
I brought up.
I was-
objectified.
I was literally objectified, and I
How
was
did
okay
it
with
feel as a man to be objectified?
Honestly, y'all are
stage?
complaining too much. It wasn't that bad.
Just suck it up and be a man.
Come on. Come on.
I can't wait to use that as a clip.
Yeah, being objectified ain't that bad. Anyways,
All right. Well, I'm gonna bring our Kayla and cosplay segment to a close, and we're gonna go into our community response.
Oh boy.
It's pretty short this time. Only 2.
Mark.
No Mark this time.
Oh, come on.
I don't know why Mark stopped watching.
He's been reposting.
He has.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, he did have a very rough weekend recently.
I'm sorry, Mark. I'm not actually upset.
No, I
It was
gave
a
him
bit.
that. I gave him the rough weekend
Oh, that's
Oh,
right. I
oh,
forgot. Yeah.
where he stayed up for 48 hours for me.
So for context, Bryce's birthday was in May, and it's like the middle of June right now by the time we're shooting it. But Orville Peck came to Cincinnati to perform, and tickets to Orville Peck was his big birthday present. But it fell on a day that I could not attend, so I said, "Hey Bryce, do you have anybody that would want to go?" And he's like, "Let me give Mark a call." I'm just like, Bryce, Mark lives in Las Vegas,
Flying
across
him
the
out.
country.
Flying him out.
And so, but it happened to work out because apparently Mark was planning to surprise Bryce and fly out for his birthday. And luckily, I asked him in like April. I was like, "Hey, do you want to do this?" And so we were able to plan this. But Mark took a red eye here and then took a red eye back after the concert. So he stayed up for 48 hours
And did
for
you still
this
go,
man.
Did you still go work out?
Yep.
Yeah, they literally went from the airport to the gym.
Yeah.
I bought
They
him
did
a
not
couple
even
monsters.
they did not even stay come home and like unpack or whatever.
Wasted time.
Yeah, no, you get-
Every minute did count.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
we were
yeah.
kind of joking about, oh, we got to pack so much in, but we had to because it was. He gets off the plane. I pick him up around 6. We go
8 a.m.
immediately to the gym. Actually, no, it was 6:30. Yeah, no, 6. Yeah, no, 6:30 by the time he got out the door. Went from there straight to the gym, pumped him up with caffeine, pumped myself up with caffeine, got a pump at the gym, immediately went home. We both took a shower, went to brunch. Kay had to cut brunch short, and
Because I had to work.
she had to work. We got ourselves together back at home. Immediately went to the pre-release for Modern Horizons 3, Magic the Gathering, which is a game he and I
If you're a nerd.
both love. Yes, and it was like spur of the moment. Oh, this is happening. Let's do this. 1:00. Went there. Went to 4. By the time we got home, I was kind of paranoid about going to the show because I didn't know the venue. I was like, I want to get good standing seats. So we immediately took an Uber to the show. Stood there till I think it got at 10:30, 11.
Yeah, and by the time I was done with work, I had worked a 12-hour day that day, a 2-show day.
Yep, and we got out around the same time.
We
We
met-
scootered to the bar across the street from your place, went home, played Magic until 3 a.m. because it was like his flight. I thought his flight left at 6 or 5, but apparently left at 7. But I was still planning for the 6 and 5, so I was like, I'll just stay up till 3.
Sure.
So we played Magic until then, and that was his entire day. There was no breaks.
And apparently he didn't really go to sleep the night before so that he could fly out because there's a big time difference.
Well, his flight left at 11 p.m. his time.
Yeah.
So, and he didn't sleep much on the plane.
Oof.
Mark, I'm sorry.
So why haven't you been commenting?
Come on, that's where you can vent. Our comment section is a safe space.
It is. Most of the time. So, in our clip
Only most.
from our last VHS episode, even more terrible movie descriptions. In that clip, we just go through some of the guesses or whatever, and it ends with Bryce and Sean, rest in peace. Bryce and Sean both guessing what it was. Bryce just said Narnia. Sean said Monsters Incorporated. But this is in response to Bryce saying Narnia. TYS.A.V610. Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. So he was correct at the end. Because you say Narnia, Sean says Monsters, Inc.,
Uh-huh.
and then I go, the answer was The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. So this guy was saying, actually, you were correct.
Hey, who is it?
TYS.A.V610.
TYS.A.V, etc. Thanks for having my back. You're a real one.
And then in response to that, Spaceman _Paul 3547 says,
Another Paul?
another Paul.
It must be
It's a
related.
Paul channel.
Yeah, welcome to the Paul Club. The Paul Pals. Spaceman _Paul 3547, in response to the guy correcting me, saying that you were in fact right, he says, what a Mr. Tumnus answer of you.
Like I said, our comment section is a safe space. You will get
my
roasted
God.
with Narnia
Yeah.
content, but
That might be
Narnia
one of my
roast.
favorite comments that we've gotten.
that's
Can we frame it?
Mr. Tumnus of you.
It is not a compliment.
I'll frame it and put it above our bed.
That's very good.
Hell yeah, that's our live, laugh, love.
Very Mr. Tumnus of you.
We do have one more. On our clip is We, They. And that is talking about a different clip. So it originated with our Year of the Movie episode where we talk about the movie Freelance. And then we talk about how soldiers love their wives
More than civilians.
more than civilians. And then a comment on the clip about that said something along the lines of, if only they knew. And then we made a clip about that being like, who is they? Is we they? Okay? So that's the context. That's what we talk about. User Just Call Me Fo says, military wives aren't loyal. If they say they are, they effing someone. And he did not say effing. He said the actual F word, but for the sake of the ease of my edit, I'm not saying the word. So
Frick.
just call me Fo.
Who hurt you?
Dog, like, pull it back a little bit. Like,
Buddy.
I think that
this
guy
is a
has been
comedy
hurt.
channel.
Mhm.
Like, we're just making jokes right now, all right? Like,
Uh-huh.
This is very Mr. Tumnus of you.
very Mr. Thomas. Good. Let's continue this. So I'm gonna make a
Yep.
clip out of this.
Great.
So each time we just have a clip.
Good. We have a chain of woe.
Yeah. Yeah. So just call me Fo. Calm down.
Sorry.
I hope you're seeking help.
Again, our comments section is a safe space.
Yeah. I feel like that's still a safe space. We want to make sure that just call me Fo is okay. Because right now, just call me Fo, it doesn't seem like you're okay. And we want you to be okay.
Unless you're just throwing a random speculation out there, and then that's kind of weird, but
Yeah, and then we want you to be okay in a different way.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's our community response.
Yay.
Unless, Paul Vermont, unless you have something to say, because
You are community.
you are community, you're not one of our normal hosts.
Oh yeah, yeah. All right. Oh yeah. That
That
didn't
beach
buy me
air.
enough time.
Yeah.
So
Fresh.
Too clean.
how's this community feeling for you? Are we which city are we like? If our community response is a mostly okay place, do we wanna say like, are we like Tokyo? Or are we like Pittsburgh?
We are the safe place sign on the back of a dilapidated Wendy's.
Oh,
Yeah.
That is what we are, right?
I was hoping of like a slightly nicer build. I'm fine with the safe place, but
Well, I mean,
What?
even the worst Wendy's is still better than an okay White Castle.
That's a good t-shirt.
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
This is a safe space.
So our next segment, and Bryce sent us a thing about this, which is, so we always do our Charlotte the Stingray update,
Always.
and in our last episode, I even took a clip specifically about Charlotte the Stingray that it was supposed to go out this upcoming Friday in terms of when we are recording this. It's not coming out
Oh,
because
no.
it was made instantly out of date.
Oh.
Because Charlotte the Stingray has a pretty big update,
I think I've
and it's
heard this.
kind of a bummer. Charlotte the Stingray was not pregnant, and the quote here from recent lab reports says, Charlotte has developed a rare reproductive disease that has negatively impacted her reproductive system. So basically what happened was Charlotte the Stingray was in a tank without any other male stingrays, but there were some lumps that the aquarium people found, and they were like, oh no, we think she might have cancer, so they did an ultrasound. And then scientists and vets from all over, like it wasn't just from that aquarium, like they sent it to like places in Australia and whatever, they were all like, oh, those are eggs. Those are like for sure eggs. They weren't. Still don't fully know what they are. They haven't really said exactly what disease it is. They're just like worried. And the entire aquarium that Charlotte the Stingray lives in, not just her enclosure or her section, the entire aquarium didn't open on June 1st, which was a Saturday, so that they could focus on Charlotte the Stingray. So we're just trying to figure out what's going on right now with Charlotte the Stingray.
This is a group effort.
Yeah.
Sorry, Christians. No fish Jesus today.
No fish Jesus. And that was our clip.
Yeah.
Our clip was talking about fish Jesus, and then Jesus, of course, he would come back as a fish because he couldn't get below the water before. It was a really good clip, and I was excited for it. but I
all
can't.
those Jesus fish that you see on the back of cars, they're a prophecy.
And that's what
Not
we had
anymore.
said.
Absolutely.
Not anymore.
But I can't post it because
It's spreading misinformation.
spreading misinformation.
That's the last thing we want to do.
We're about the truth on this channel.
Yeah.
Comedy and truths.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, so that's the Charlotte update. Not really what we wanted to hear, but
No.
unfortunately, it's the way things go.
All good things must come to an end, I guess.
Unfortunately.
We didn't even get the good thing. That's all good things didn't even start.
Yeah.
All good things got teased.
The
Edged.
mystery.
All good things are
Yeah.
a fallacy.
Ooh.
Oh. Now that's existential right there.
And with that, we go to our game time.
Good.
So Kayla, we always do a game at the end of our episodes, and I know you know that. I'm just saying that as a segue for our viewers
Sure.
who might not know that. And today, for our game, Kayla's going to be given 10 minutes to dress us all as characters of our choosing. I'm just kidding. We're not
Oh,
doing
okay, I was like,
that.
I'm excited there.
No,
Ow.
that's impossible. I just
I was
wanted,
told I didn't need to bring anything.
yeah, it was just a little prank for you.
Oh, great.
Oh yeah, you should have brought your sewing machine or your fabric.
No, today we're continuing to beat the horse that is bad movie descriptions.
Good.
I've been wanting to play.
So yeah, let's try to do a buzz in. Let's not just shout it out if we can. Paul Vermont, I know you're coming in remote, so
Do your best.
this might not be a whoever gets it first. It might be a who I give it to, but still buzz in.
Is it like a smack of the knee or is it a smack of the chair?
It's whatever. Just
Yeah.
signal that you know it.
Okay.
Okay.
Excuse me.
All right. So here we go. I think I have 7 here. A stunt driver tries to commit suicide, though he knows he can't.
Speed.
It's not Speed. Yeah, Paul Vermont, what do we got going?
I think this is a classic Groundhog's Day.
It's not Groundhog's Day. He's not a stunt driver.
Well,
Bryce?
Cars?
Not Cars.
That's a good one.
No.
Can I have the prompt again?
A stunt driver tries to commit suicide, though he knows he can't.
Oh.
Bryce?
Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider's the answer.
There we go.
Okay. Now, I don't know if any of you've seen this, so here we go. A truck driver, a cancer patient, his blood donor, and 5 housewives drive through a desert and a swamp, then turn around and drive back.
Oh.
Now remember, I like to use ones that have good buzzwords
Yeah,
so that
yeah.
that the algorithm
Yeah.
shoots this into the
I'm-
ether.
I'm in my mind palace trying to think.
Running around.
Yeah.
Can we get that?
Do it again.
one
Yeah.
time?
A truck driver, a cancer patient, his blood donor, and 5 housewives drive through a desert and a swamp, then turn around and drive back. What do we got?
Mad Max Fury Road.
That's the answer.
Yeah, we haven't.
I haven't seen it.
I have in theaters.
Paul, have you seen it? Paul Vermont?
I have not.
Great, so that was for you.
Yay!
Specifically for you, because last month, you didn't see any of them,
I'm
basically.
the target audience.
All right. A man is desperate to find small children to bring back home. Yep,
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
that's the one.
There you go.
Okay, here we go. This one might be, I don't know.
A wild card.
We'll see what happens here.
All right.
Rihanna gets caught up in a refugee crisis.
Bzz. Home.
Oh, yeah.
So
Do that
fast.
one right away. Right away.
I even added more in case
Don't need it.
no one,
I'm a big home fan.
I said the refugee is Sheldon and likes to dance.
Don't need it.
And then I added more animated because I
Also-
didn't know how much you guys would know Home. Apparently, you know Home.
That's the only Rihanna movie I think I've seen.
Really?
There
Yeah.
aren't many.
I would say there aren't many. She's a singer.
Yeah.
Well, no, she's been in. I think she was in a
Valorant?
battleship.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's
think.
right.
Was she?
yes.
Weird.
I don't remember if it was Battleship, but I can fully picture that poster of her like with a gun.
She's in Ocean's 8,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Valorant.
Oh yeah.
And that's all I know.
I did like Ocean's 8.
We should watch a bunch of Rihanna movies.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Rihanna
check out our
movie
new
marathon.
podcast.
The Rihannaverse.
It's a mini series.
All right, we've got 3 more. A scrawny kid hides his black friend from his bigoted father. Bryce?
E.T.?
No,
Oh.
we already did E.T.
That's why I was like, why are we doing it again?
And E.T. is
In each
Not
of these
black.
descriptions, you know one of them is E.T.
Well, he's a skinny fella.
No, he's not.
E.T.'s not scrawny.
I haven't seen E.T.
Paul
I've seen
Vermont,
the head.
anything from you?
Oh, I wish.
Well,
Can you do it again?
a scrawny kid hides his black friend from his bigoted father.
Mm-hmm. That's what you said the first time.
Is it the black kid's bigoted father or the skinny kid's bigoted father?
The scrawny kid's bigoted father. The scrawny kid has a bigoted father and a friend that is black.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I feel like I read this book.
The town is also bigoted.
Oh.
To Kill a Mockingbird?
No.
No.
I feel like you're trying to...
Be weird if just the dad was bigoted.
I just want to say, again, these are from the internet, and I choose the ones. Oh, yeah, what's up, Paul?
Is it Footloose?
It's not
No.
Footloose, no.
Okay.
My mind palace is exhausted.
I feel like it's a horror movie.
It's not a horror movie.
It feels like a horror movie.
I can give you a hint.
Okay.
It's animated.
Home.
Not horror.
I think I know what you're trying to do to throw us off.
Again, this isn't me trying to do it.
No, I think you're doing this to...
Okay, Bryce, what do you think it is?
I don't know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I see the frames, but I can't read the words. You know what I mean?
It's gonna be a live action.
Mm-hmm.
It's an animated franchise. Paul Vermont.
I wanna retract that buzz.
Okay.
Franchise, but it could be live action. What's coming out that's live action?
Moana. But that doesn't even fit a little
I would
bit.
say they're in the middle of making a Hercules.
I
too.
think it's like very much in pre-production still. I haven't.
But it's a franchise.
It's a franchise. There's multiple movies and shows now.
Are we gonna be mad at
A
ourselves?
scrawny kid hides his black friend
Yeah,
from his bigoted father.
as we've learned.
And again, to be clear,
The
this
town
is
is
the
bigoted?
skinny kid's bigoted father, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And Skinny Kid lives in bigoted town.
A bigoted town.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone
Are
is
these-
terrified.
I still think it's E.T.
Are these humans?
Cars.
No, that's what I was saying. Is like they're not humans.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's something else.
Ah!
Yeah, what do you got?
How to Train Your Dragon.
That's the one.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
Wait, that's going live action?
Yeah.
I was like, we're thinking of people for the friend, and I'm like, I know it's not.
Yeah.
It's some.
Now see, my mind went to Iron Giant,
That's where mine went to.
Mm.
For
but I was like, there's
for no reason.
The guy's dad is not in the picture.
No.
Yeah.
I did when I saw that movie when I was younger. I did think the detective was his dad.
Ah.
Pulled a
he's trying-
Gorgug.
Trying to be his dad, right?
No, he was just trying to rent out the extra room because Hogarth was suspicious.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I was still hung up on E.T.
Mm-hmm. Always.
Again, I've never seen E.T.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you, there's no ET in this. So our next one,
Could be misdirect.
our next one is an old man makes a kid touch his magic stick and say his name to become a man.
Shazam.
Shazam is correct.
It's a good one.
All right, our last one for this episode. The kids don't know they're being supervised.
Unaccompanied minors.
No.
Excuse me.
No, it was a film that I saw in theaters, and it was about like 5 teens that were on the plane as unaccompanied minors because like if you're below a certain age and you're flying by yourself, like you have to have extra supervision, but they
Okay.
didn't.
You're
And
in
then
the airport for that, right?
I think so.
I think Sean, rest in peace, and I watched that. Because I
Did they
think,
go to like Alaska or something?
yeah, that sounds. It was definitely winter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It,
There
it
were a
was like
bunch of
kind of a
kids.
Christmas movie.
Yes, yeah, we watched that. I know
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
I thought you
I've
were
also
just
seen that.
describing. Sorry.
Sorry.
Oh, Paul
I've
Vermont
also
has
seen
also
that.
Oh,
seen
okay.
it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I thought you were just describing an unfortunate situation. It's like that's not the game.
So I think for that one, the kids do know they're being supervised. The key here
But they
is
don't have the supervision. That's the thing.
kids don't know they're being supervised. They think they're in the house by themselves.
Oh, so there's a house.
I'll give that much.
Wild.
I can give another hint if we're not feeling it.
I would love that.
What do you got?
Home Alone, but
No. Paul Vermont, what do you got?
Is it X-Men?
Nope. What do you got?
Okay.
Is it like The Secret World of Arietti?
No.
What?
It's another Ghibli film.
I can give it like a pretty big hint because this is a vague one.
okay.
But I think the hint. Oh, Paul Vermont.
What about that one where the house is alive and
It's
it's
not
like
that.
haunted or whatever? And there's these three. Okay.
Oh,
Monster House.
It's not that.
Monster
But
House, yeah.
It's
but
a good movie.
It's a good movie.
I think that would fall under this, but it's not what I'm going for. But I'll give you a bonus point.
Yes.
So my hint is, it's a sequel.
Oh,
So there's kids in the house that don't know they're being supervised.
And I can give another hint that I think might really give it away.
Sequel.
What do you got?
is it? I don't actually know the titles of these movies, but is it Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves?
That's the one.
Hell yeah.
Wow. You sneaky.
I wanted to get both in there.
yeah.
Well,
Rick Moranis is a treasure.
Yeah.
He's an absolute treasure.
That should be the takeaway of every podcast.
Yes.
Moral of the story.
Yep.
that
I mean,
brings us.
he literally quit acting to take care of his
Yeah,
dying wife.
he's a good
Yeah.
dude.
He's a good dude.
Shouldn't
That
have gotten
brings
punched
us
in the face.
To the end of our main episode. We have a bonus episode where we will be playing bad TV descriptions.
E.T.'s in there.
So,
The TV show.
a little taste for our viewers
I think that's Alf.
to try to
You're right.
to try to get them into our Patreon. I'll do a little example of a bad TV description.
Okay.
It's a pretty easy one in my opinion, but
Mhm.
just a little taste. It's a show about nothing.
Seinfeld.
Great.
Yeah.
So
Is it?
that's,
Wait, really?
That's
that's what it's.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
I've
what
never
they-
seen Seinfeld either.
that's okay.
So it could have been E.T.
Yeah. So that's a little taste. Join us there. If you have bad movie descriptions or bad TV descriptions or bad video game descriptions,
Whoa.
put them in the comments.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Nintendo, preferably.
Yeah.
Sure.
Hey, Nintendo, sponsor us.
Daddy Miyamoto.
Yeah.
But if you felt like it, seriously, do it.
I dare you.
But I think that's gonna do it. Follow us on Instagram. Follow Kayla on Instagram. Check out our Patreon. $5 a month. Pretty cool. But for now, we'll see you next month.